Hi, welcome to my video where I'm going to show you some Spiritomb battles. I tried Spiritomb for the first time in a Sinnoh Cup format in Toad Tactical's Flash Friday Cup. I already built one, never really used it, never really had the opportunity to make Spiritomb work because it's fast moves, dark only fast moves, and only charged ghost moves. It's kind of iffy. But this seems like a pretty good format for it. Basically, the only counters are Drapion, Munchlax, and Licky Licky. Even Skuntank is so-so because you resist poison jabs at least. Shadow Ball still hurts. So it's pretty good against Cresselia as well. So I wanted to use Spiritomb in this format after using Bibarel and whatever on day one. I noticed a lot of Frostlass like Drifblim. And it does pretty well against Toxicroak as well in the 1 and 0 shields. I just had to try it out. I didn't really have the confidence at first, but then I did. And it went really well. As you can see here, I started at 25.58. I did not record all my belts, unfortunately, because I had some really good ones after the ones I recorded. And I ended at 27.93. So I went really well with it. I'm going to show you the team that I was using. The team that I was using, it's a really meta core, that's for sure. Empoleon and Cresselia. Well, as you can see here, the IVs on both my Cresselia and Spiritomb suck because I never really traded for PvP IVs. The moveset on Empoleon is pretty standard, Waterfall, Hydro, and Drill Peck is basically my Bastiodon killer. I kind of always want to draw out a Bastiodon or like a Drifblim if I feel like there's one in the back. Cresselia, I'm running Grass Knot Moonblast. Since Cresselia is my safe swap, I kind of need Moonblast to hurt Drapion. Other than that, Future Sight is better, but I really want to hurt Drapion or kill it in 2 moves at least. You know, it's nice to be able to threaten Drapion there. Grass Knot is just mandatory for opposing Empoleon or Gastrodon, which are pretty common, and of course Bastiodon, even though you lose that still. I like Psycho Cut more for energy generation, even though I think Confusion is really good in this format as well. I've seen people run Aurora Beam probably to hit Drifblim, but Aurora Beam is such a bad move, I would not suggest it. It's basically has the same results. And on my Spiritomb I have a pretty basic moveset. I mean, it only has Ghost charge moves. The other charge move it learns is Shadow Sneak, which sucks. And the other fast move it learns is Feint Attack. Sucker Punch has lower damage per turn, but more energy per turn. It says I want to hit as many Shadow Balls as possible with the Spiritomb. I prefer Sucker Punch. The bulk of Spiritomb is kind of comparable to a non-Excel Sableye. It's not bad, it's not that great either. Really depends on how you position it, but usually Spiritomb has a lot of neutral matchups. And it can work so well as a closer. Let's get into these battles. Maybe we have some of these closing scenario battles. Alright, the first match we start off with a Toxicroak lead, and they swap in a Munchlax. This is not bad, not great. You know, I don't have this on my Spiritomb, so I have that going for me, which is nice. If I can burn a shield or something here, that'd be great, because I need some shields down to clap the Toxicroak with my Spiritomb. So I shoot my Cresselia here, and I go for double Grass Knot. I think Moonblast might not kill yet. Or maybe it did, I don't know. I kind of didn't want to win switch that way anyway. I swap in my Spiritomb right away. They bring in their Drifblim. I guess it's kind of a panic swap. And as you can see here, Spiritomb is gonna destroy this thing. A Shadow Ball kills it. I figured they'd keep the shield for that Toxicroak, which they bring in right here. It's not over just yet. I believe they have a Body Slam on their Munchlax still, which is still alive. The Body Slam doesn't do much on either my Empoleon or my Spiritomb, so I feel pretty decent here. They let me get to an Ominous Wind. I'm pretty sure they had the Mud Bomb, and that will chunk, so now 1 or 2 Waterfalls will kill, and they top left, because they know. Spiritomb already pulling through in the first match. Gastrodon, another bad lead for me. I will go in Cresselia, even though that's my hard counter. I cannot safe swap my Spiritomb. You just can't. If there's a Licky Tongue, a Licky Licky or Munchlax or something on it, it's just over. Speaking of which, this former Legends player, yes, is staying with Gastrodon into Cresselia. Interesting. As you can see here, Cresselia wins this really hard. He's 2 shields down, I'm 2 shields up, and I kill this. They're not switch locked. They are not. They bring in their Abomasnow. I just swap in my Empoleon immediately because I killed this in one drill pack, and they try to catch on a Frostlass. I don't know. Maybe I should have cut out this video honestly because it's a weird one. This is not how your normal battle usually goes. Obviously, someone who has a Frostlass brings in the Frostlass into the Cresselia, and that may actually have brought me into some trouble. But yeah, he didn't. Alright, we got a Drapion lead. I never know how to play this out. It could be anything in the back. This comes with double fighters sometimes, but usually they swap immediately then. I go for the extra here. It's not really reliable, but if I make it work, I can even shield a bait and still get to the second Hydro before they get to a second move. They shield that move, and if they shield this one, I think it's Bastion on the back. So I'm gonna swap into my Spiritomb. I know that's kind of dumb, but since I expect Bastion, there it is. I figured I could just sacrifice this thing anyway. The Shadow Ball still chunks the Bastion, really nice. And now we're just gonna farm. I think we can farm this down with Empoleon. Beautiful, beautiful. Fully farmed down. He did not get to another move. Let's see what he brings in. It is a Cresselia. Very boring core Bastion Cresselia. But I'm pretty prepared for it. And they try to catch. This is not a top left. This is just the game lagging as usual. And I will get to another Hydro if he doesn't throw, but he wants to see my last Pokemon. Sure, dude. I'll just throw my. I'll just show you my my other boring Pokemon, I guess. Cresselia. It's not like except for one my team is that exciting either. This name is familiar. I don't know what I where I know this name from. I know they're pretty good. I tried to catch a move on Cresselia here. Because I want to bait out like a Drapion if there's one. It's not common, but I want to keep my Empoleon alive. Usually this also comes with like a Toxicroak, so it makes sense if they stay in. And I'll let it go. See if I can get some farm on my Empoleon. My timer's not up though, so I know it's the play. I farmed down completely though, which is really nice. They do have a Toxicroak. And they shield my drill pack. Do they shield the second one? I wouldn't, because you might not need the Toxicroak anymore, which they don't. And it's a Drifblim in the back. So, interesting why they didn't bring in their Drifblim into my crest. I'm guessing they expected me to shield maybe, to shield my Cresselia. But I didn't. I bait the Ominous Wind here. Doesn't really matter, I'm shield up still. Which I can use here, farm up a little more. And then after all these sucker punches, the Ominous Wind should kill already. And the Toxicroak has almost no health left, so it should do. I'll catch this move for just for flexing. It's not necessary, but that's just how it went. Next battle, Empoleon into Cresselia. Kind of good lead, but again, I'm kind of afraid of a Bastion on the back, so I kind of want to catch a move here. As you can see here, I successfully catch the move Kappa. And they have a Drapion in the back. That's kind of good for me, because my Spiritomb avoids this. The problem is that Cresselia has a ton of energy, and Moonblast is super effective on Spiritomb. It will put me straight into the red. I don't die to it. It doesn't leave me into farm down range for Crest, but it does a lot of damage. I'll throw right before that crunch here. If they bring in Crest, I'm worried, because then I expect Bastion on the back, and Bastion wins basically every neutral matchup because its stat distribution is just stupid. It's Empoleon, however. There is player. It's gonna be difficult because their Cresselia still has quite some energy, but there's play. I guess I have to shoot shields at some point. So what I was thinking here is, if I throw this Ominous Wind and they don't shield, I might be able to farm down with my Empoleon after these sucker punches. but they barely came out with a move, so that really backfired me. I should have thrown the Shadow Ball. They could not farm down my Spiritomb, and I probably would have had a little more play. It is what it is. Yeah, no, I lose. Alright, got Empoleon into Drapion. Do they have Double Fighter? Lucario Say Swap. It's Double Fighter, 100%. If they do this, sometimes Empoleon or Bastion on the back. Usually if they say swap Lucario, definitely Double Fighter. I go for Moonblast here, I don't shield the Shadow Ball. What I basically want here is, if I expect Double Fighter, you might think this is a dumb shield, right? No shielding Shadow Ball, then shielding Pup. Oh, you're so dumb, dude. Pup does do damage. No, I want them to think, oh, I have switched now. Now I'm good, and I can just have my Toxicroak on the Empoleon, and I win. Because they probably have their own Toxicroak. Empoleon comes with Toxicroak a lot. But surprise, it's a Spiritomb, and Spiritomb is now able to sweep if it's Toxicroak in the back, because Shadow Ball will basically one-shot this. Here we go. Let's see some Spiritomb action here. They try to catch on their Drifblim. Well, I guess I have to try anyway. Here we go. There goes one Shadow Ball. Spiritomb wins CMP against Drifblim, so I can farm up a lot of energy. And here comes another Shadow Ball. Sayonara, Toxicroak. Bye. Beautiful. You love to see it. Empoleon Mirror. I usually tend to catch a move on Cresselia here, or try to. There's always a different way I play this out, honestly. Because I know it could be a Toxicroak in the back, so I can just basically let it go. I do keep the Hydro, however. I do keep the Hydro. This Empoleon is in the Hydro range itself, so they bring in their Drifblim. This is just an Icy Wind, I think. Yeah. Which I don't need to shield. It's not dumb to do that, because Moonblast does a lot of damage, and if I get to 2, it would kill them with Psycho Cuts, or almost kill them. Kind of depends on their IVs. Because the debuff, I'm very lucky there. I get to this Grass Knot. They have to shield this, because otherwise they lose 100 energy. And I have a Hydro stored, so I'll just snipe that energy. They have no shields. So there goes 100 energy on Drifblim. I have a 2-shielded Drapion. The only... Is there anything that can beat me? Well, I have a 1-shielded Spiritomb now. There's... Even Drapion can't beat me. I guess Munchlax will be tough. It's a Frostless. It's time to go. It was Empoleon Double Ghost. Spiritomb was very strong here. As you can see, Spiritomb can be a deadly closer there. This is a decent lead, but the thing about Drapion is that I had to get off my Wi-Fi there, because I was on the wrong one. It's not really a poison type. It can just, you know, charge really fast and throw crunch the whole time, and just act as a full dark type there. So that's kind of annoying about Drapion. They bait me too, because they have Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail definitely the way on Drapion in this meta, I think, because you need Sludge for really. It does maybe a little more damage, but Aqua Tail hits a bit better on like Bastion, right? So I think that's definitely the way to go. There's a Toxicroak. I'll swap into my Spiritomb immediately, because I thought they had something like Cresselia or anything in the back. They bring in their Abomasnow. Alright then. And it does so much damage. I'm able to farm this down. They have to throw a move here. If they don't, I get to this... I think I could have gotten to the Shadow Ball, honestly. Though usually the difference... If you play with Giratina Origin, right, in Master League, it's only one Shadow Claw difference between Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball. Well, for Sucker Punch, this is 2 moves, so I was it's kinda iffy sometimes. Because it's a big difference, honestly, those 2 moves. Empoleon Mirror, let's see how I play this out this time. I go for the extra, which I get. Do I keep the move this time, or do I just kill him immediately? I honestly don't even remember how I play that. They tried to catch this time, and in comes my Spiritomb to... Is this an Icy Wind? It is an Icy Wind. In comes my Spiritomb to farm up on this Drifblim. I'm gonna ball this, because Ominous Wind... it might kill, actually. Spiritomb has a decent attack stat. They come with the Empoleon again. That makes me think there might be a Cresselia or something in the back. They'll farm that up. I expect them to throw immediately, because they might know I have a Hydro stored here. So I'll go my Cress. And I'll farm up some energy. Really wondering what they could have now. I'll let that go. And they top left. We'll never know what they had. So those were like, I think, 10 battles or something. I don't know. I think I recorded only 2 sets. And the other ones I did, well, not recording. But it went really well. I really like Spiritomb as a closer. I mean, it's only day 1, so people are only familiar with what they see right now. But maybe we'll see some more Spiritomb in the future. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. I hope maybe it inspired you to use Spiritomb. Really fun Pokemon to play with if you get it in the right place. So yeah, hopefully you liked the video, and have a good one. See you in the next video.